In 2009, 15th of January, pilot Sullenberger performs miracle on the Houston River. I'm going to take my time to dishing out this story. You don't want to miss any part of it, trust me. On January 15th, 2009, a potential disaster turns into a heroic display of skill and composure when Captain Chesley Burnett Sullenberger III safely lands the plane he was piloting on the New York City's Hudson River after a bird strike caused the engine to fail. Yes, a bird strike caused the engine of the airplane to fail. Now, David Peterson, governor of New York at that time, dubbed the incident the miracle of the Houston. Sullenberger, a former fighter pilot with decades of flying experience, received a slew of honors for his action, including an invitation to Barack Obama's presidential inauguration and a resolution of praise from the U.S. Congress. I believe in miracle. This can only be a miracle, honestly. It can only be a miracle. Now we proceed. 90 seconds later, Sullenberger glided the Airbus A320 over the George Washington Bridge and onto the chilly surface of the Houston River, where it splashed down midway between Manhattan and New Jersey. Now, as flight attendants ushered passengers into life jackets through emergency exits and onto the waterlogged wing of the bobbing jet, a flotilla of commuter ferries, sightseeing boats, and rescue vessels hastened to the scene. One survivor suffered two broken legs and others were treated for minor injuries or hypothermia, but no fatalities occurred. After walking up and down the aisle twice to ensure a complete evacuation, Sullenberger was the last person to leave the sinking plane. In October 2009, the now famous pilot, known to his friend as Sullenberger, published a book about childhood and his military background. I knew it. I knew it. Nobody would have so much skill to land on water. Ordinarily, military must be involved. Permit me to drop English. Military must be involved. It's obvious that this pilot is a crossbreed. You know, when you breed German Shepherd with Chihuahua dog, baddest combination. Jokes apart, let's give it up for every pilot across the globe. It's a risky career, I must say. Now we proceed to January 15, 1968, if 87, 8 years old, Janet Rankin leads 5,000 women, nicknamed the Janet Rankin Brigade, in a march in Washington, D.C. against the Vietnam War. Now, Rankin organized a group of 5,000 women who wanted American out of Vietnam. They intended to present an anti-war petition to the Speaker of the House, John McCormack. Most of the women protesters were dressed soberly in all black to mourn the loss of their father, brothers, sons in the conflict. Let me stop speaking English. Those of you shouting Biafra, Biafra, shall you see how the thing go? You will run kitty kitty, you will run kata kata. You won't even drink water, let alone drop cup. There is 150% possibility of losing all your loved ones. So think twice. Janet Rankin was a fierce advocate for women's rights. She was the first woman elected to the Congress representing the state of Montana. This woman is a strong woman, I must confess. A platform included national women's suffrage, prohibition of alcohol, advocate for welfare of women and children. She introduced House Resolution, which became the 19th Amendment, guaranteeing women rights to vote. It was eventually ratified by the state and added to the Constitution on August 26, 1920. Rankin opposed U.S. involvement in the ongoing First World War in Europe. She voted against war with Japan as well. Famously, she was the only member of the Congress to vote a capital no. And she declared, and I quote her exact words, she said, "As a woman, I can't go to war and I refuse to send anyone else." So that is that about that. Next is the Biafra War, which began in July 1967 and ended on January 15, 1970, which led to the death of at least 1 to 2 million people in just 30 months. Many of them were children. Now, January 15 marks 50 years. January 15 marks 50 years since the end of brutal conflict in Nigeria, and the consequences can still be felt today. The consequences can still be felt. Now, according to research, Uchenna Chikwendu, a 67-year-old woman, lives in Enugu, Nigeria. She was a teenager during the Civil War, which began in July 1967 and ended on January 15th, 1970. But there is one thing she can't forget. And these were her exact words. She said, and I quote, "We had to trek so much because there was no vehicle. If you had a car, you had to hide it. Otherwise, the army would take it from you. Any errand had to be done on foot. We had to walk through narrow paths in the bush to go to the market. We left home around 3 a.m. So by around 5 a.m. we were in the market. So we would shop quickly and then come back, hiding so that they wouldn't see us." Those were our words. Those who want Biafra, share you heard. I'm not speaking English now. Oh, share you heard. Aborola Sofamoluabi, complete the proverb. Toto Shebi Oweyoba. Okay, up next. January 15th is known as Wikipedians, as Wikipedia Day. Before 2001, an encyclopedia could cost thousands of dollars, trees, water, and ink. And let's face it, it was really hard to carry it around, but today we can reach millions of reference articles, photos, illustrations, sources, and word definition from anywhere we can reach the internet. Now, Ward Cunningham designed the wiki, the first internet platform that allowed many people to work on a document at the same time. He named it Wiki, and the wiki is a Wahian word that means quick. That is that about that as well. Now, National Fresh Squeezed Juice Day is celebrated on January 15th. It is uncertain when this festival originally occurred or who its proponents are. Even the word juice has its root in the Old French Joes, I really don't know how to pronounce that, and it's spelled Juis, French word, or Jouis, French word. It denotes the liquid that results from boiling herbs. Its meaning extended to other liquid like broth, sweet soup, and even sauces in several other cultures and civilizations. Now, juice was defined as the watery part of fruits or vegetable in the 14th century, which is when the word's current definition emerged. Fresh squeezed juice can be more delicious, and for some of us, an easier way of consuming vitamin and mineral is by juicing it. So juice that fruit today. Wait, oh, did anybody notice that since the beginning of this day in history, no day will pass that we won't be doing one national day for food or the other. Hey, my brother and sister, that is to tell you that life is too short to be managing food. Eat. Let me gist you about this neighbor of mine. I won't mention name. Now, she would come knocking my door and say, "Lara, I've been crying all day. I've been thinking about my life. I don't even know what to do. But then, I'm hungry. Let me cook small rice and eat first so I can, by the time I'll have energy to, go back and re-strategize." Within me, I'm like, what kind of a person is this? So you crying and you're thinking, you're hungry, you want someone who is crying and thinking should not be able to eat at all. I mean, bottom line is whatever situation you find yourself, my brother, chop. Okay, let's go on. National Pothole Day on January 15 is an observance that highlights the ever-growing problem of potholes on our roads. There is nothing more irritating than trying to avoid potholes while driving down the road. The only thing that could be worse would be driving in a heavy downpour while swerving to avoid them. Now, National Pothole Day was established to bring attention to the ever-increasing pothole menace on our highways. A day set aside on January 15th to raise awareness of the issues of potholes on our roadway, which is becoming more and more of a concern. Driving on the road and attempting to avoid potholes is the most annoying thing ever. The most annoying thing ever. Driving in a strong downpour and swerving to dodge them would be the only thing that could be it's worse. The purpose of National Pothole Day is to raise awareness of growing threat of potholes on our road. And now I'm thinking, I would always think, how do we make impact on this pothole day? Everybody, oh yeah, come outside, carry your bowl of cement, quota, sand, shovel, let's go and block all the potholes. Ibadan Expressway, every Ogun State, Lagos road, everywhere, everything blockable. Let's cement it, quota it, paint it. Everybody come outside. Today is said to be what? Pothole, National Day for Pothole, whatever. Okay, now moving on. Don't forget this week in history, as this week is Obesity Awareness Week. Hit the gym, take a walk, eat healthy, protect your mental health by talking to someone and encouraging one another, knowing that you are not alone. Obviously, you're not alone, as this week is set aside as Awareness Week. This alone should encourage the both sides figure and reassure us that we are not alone. Yes, I'm two in one. If you see me, you would know that I'm really obsessed. I am not obsessed, please. Just trying to crack a dry joke. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell if you're viewing for the first time. I hope you all enjoyed this episode. Join us for another tomorrow. Bye.